Supporters of President Bola Tinubu and other tweeps have unleashed an attack on human rights activist and co-founder of the Bring Back Our Girls movement, Aisha Yesufu, for saying that Nigeria has no president and that there is no country anymore. According to reporters on Friday, they reported that Yesufu, while featuring on the channel's TV program, said that Nigeria remained only a carcass of a country where life is short and brutish. Yusufu said, "There is no country anymore. As we are today, Nigeria is gone. What we have is a carcass, and life is short and brutish. We are all on edge, and we have the victims who a lot of people refuse to see coming to us. And unfortunately, we do not have a president. We have someone who rigged himself into office, an illegitimate president, and who doesn't care. Anyone who is ready to do anything, snatch it, run with it to get into office. They don't care about the people. There's no empathy. That is what we are seeing today. Nigeria has gotten into a place where we are not even sure that you are going to see the next day because you might be the victim. You might be taken away even from inside your own house. That is where Nigeria is now." Also, in a post on Twitter on Saturday, Yesufu said, "Nigeria does not have a president. That's the grim reality." Reacting to Yesufu's post, a blogger and social media personality, Dr. Olukemi Onloyo, said that Nigeria has a president and that Yesufu's post was being discussed at the Department of State Services (DSS). She asked Yesufu to focus on herself and her family to avoid becoming a political prisoner. Onloyo, who asked Yesufu to leave Nigeria if she does not like the country anymore, wrote, "We actually have one. Aisha, leave Nigeria if you don't like it anymore. They are discussing your tweets at the DSS now. Don't incite people. Focus on yourself and family. Don't be a political prisoner." But Yusufu, who quickly fired back, said, "Kemi Olunloyo, it's been a long time you brought your nonsense to my timeline. Welcome back. Please tell your so-called DSS contacts that they can't do anything that kidnappers and terrorists are already not doing. Arrest me. I won't need to pay ransom. Kill me. I was born to die. Leave Nigeria. No, it is the illegitimate president who forged his certificate and found to be part of a drug dealing syndicate is the one that should leave Nigeria. Very pathetic mindset you displayed, telling me to face my family. Why don't you take that advice and face yours? By the way, my family is not made of cowards." In another post, Yeshufu said, "Imagine the very pathetic mindset that makes you tell someone to leave the country because they said Nigeria has no president. Is a certificate forger found involved in drug dealing who rigged his way to be declared president and has failed so woefully that Buhari is even said to be better in less than 7 months a president? It is Tinubu that ran out of the country before that will run away again, not Aisha Yesufu. Terrorists just killed a young lady awaiting her university final results, and you think at 50 I'm going to be afraid of death? Am I better than those abducted and killed by terrorists? Now the fear Tinubu and DSS, I can't waste my fear like that." She went further to say, "I'd rather be a political prisoner than a prisoner of certificate forgery or drug dealing. If Nigeria was a country with its acts together, Tinubu should be in prison and not in Aso Villa masquerading as president. At Kemi should ask the DSS discussing my matter whether they have been paid their allowances." Olunloyo, who replied Yesufu, said, "Aisha Yesufu's fans are abusing me very well. Anyone remembers the tweet when myself and Omojua were the only ones monetizing tweets? Aisha fans are making me $18.75 daily on that tweet. This is why I always called Nigerians daft, smart but not intelligent." But Yesufu said, "Smart but not intelligent describes you better than the people you describe. I am glad to help you increase your earnings to over $1,000 daily. You desperately need it. Feel free to use my name to show up your earnings. Anytime I don't have anything more important to do, I will reply you." Another Twitter user, Task Dr. NG wrote, "I was thinking the president would have you picked up. Anyone that supports you should join you in jail, dash you the attention you are dangerously seeking for free. Then I realized you don't worth 1 second of the president's time." But not giving up, Yesufu responded saying, "I will gladly go to the prison. Those in prisons are freer and more protected than you are. Make use of the oxygen you breathe and ask them to do so. At least I will not be paying ransom. Another ex-user said, that's Jide Omiyale said, you are going too fast than your shadow. All those praising you will never condemn the Secret Service when they arrest you. Keep it up, since now only one food you need. Your family will keep supplying it, but that exercise might not be allowed. Just keep berating the DSS. But Yusufu said JSS, also called SSS, is the most useless of security agencies in Nigeria. They only have intelligence when there is a planned protest and nowhere to be found when it comes to terrorists and kidnappers. I live in Abuja, so they don't need too much to arrest me. I eat once a day and need small space for exercise. I won't be too much burden. If they decide to kill me, I have recently lost 20 kg, so my corpse will not be too heavy for them. Pathetic low grade intelligence agency. She said in another post, DSS aka SSS did nothing when terrorists threatened to come and arrest Buhari, a then sitting president. The cowards only know how to brandish guns to protect politicians or come after unarmed protesters. The terrorists with AK 47s in the forests terrorizing Nigerians, they are afraid to face. So technically, looking at the conversation between Kemi Olonyo and Aisha Yesufu, we are expecting the DSS anytime soon to arrest Aisha Yesufu, since there is an allegation that she is inciting the public against the government by saying that Nigeria has no president, by saying all sorts of things against the presidency and not respecting that office. Now, with what has happened, should Nigerians be afraid to speak up their minds? Should Nigerians be afraid to air their opinion on the said government? What is actually said to be inciting? If the bad economy is not inciting us, if the price of petrol is not inciting us, if the exchange rate is not inciting us, if the purchasing power that Nigerians don't have again is not inciting us, what else should incite Nigerians? For Nigerians who have kept quiet this long shows that Nigerians have been patient for this long, and it is a very rare thing. If such a thing happens in another country, you bet me that there will be no space for anybody. There will be chaos, there will be riots, there will be protests here and there, but Nigeria is still calm. So why are people just focused on the fact that somebody will incite other persons? Don't they think that at this point in time, according to Shore, there needs to be revolution? Don't they think that people need to come out and protest? Why are people thinking of incitement when people say their opinions about the government and how the government is failing to protect the people? Well, someone said that we deserve the leaders that we get. So when we have people with such mentality in the country, with all the things that are happening, they have not made efforts to hold the government accountable. But people who, in their own little way, are making efforts to pressure the government to do the right thing, they are going after that person. That's when they find out their strength. They find out that they can speak. They don't speak against the government, they speak against people that are criticizing the government. It is an irony of a whole thing. In response to the whole thing about she and the DSS and Kemi Olonyo and those people saying that she needs to be arrested, she did a broadcast. And let's listen to some of the things that I said about what she tweeted on the Nigerian president and also what is happening going on in the country presently.